Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So real quick, I just want to tell you guys who won the giveaway, which is super exciting. So recently I just did a giveaway, if you didn't know, and I gave away some guitar strings, some jelly beans, and a Visa gift card. And that was just because I reached a goal of 500 subscribers. Yes, which is super awesome. And now going 4,000. And I think it's possible, and I just thank everyone for the support. That is why I did the giveaway in the first place. And so everyone just congratulate Jennifer. Yeah, she is from Indianapolis or Indiana. I don't know if she's in Indianapolis. Congratulations to her, and thank you again, everyone who participated. So if you have never practiced scales, it is time to start. The three main reasons people practice scales: number one is to learn and understand music. Number two is to develop technique. And number three is to learn to improvise over chord changes and play lead lines and that kind of thing. The big reason why I want everyone to practice scales is to develop technique. That is the main reason. Not everybody wants to improvise. Some people just want to recreate music that's already been created, and you don't have to understand music theory to do that. But you do have to have technique. And so scales develop your technique, and this is developing technique necessary to play solos, to play melodies, to play all sorts of things, and get your hand really just like molded to the guitar to be able to play what you want to be able to play. So this is part of a series of videos that started with this video, which was 5 things I wish I knew after starting guitar. And so check out that video, and also check out this video over here, which is about the metronome, which is the second thing. And now here's the third one, talking about scales. And so the first scale that I want to go over with you guys is just a simple G major scale 1 octave. And it's like this. So when you play that, it is really important that you use the correct fingers. If I just use one finger to play that scale like this, my finger has to move so much to be able to play that. And even if I use, a lot of people try to play it with 2 fingers or 3 fingers. And if I do that, then my hand again has to move so much to be able to accomplish that. Whereas if I use all 4 fingers, the only thing that has to move is my fingers. So it's really important to use the correct fingers when you play this scale. And so we start with the middle finger, then we go to the pinky, then the index, then back to the middle finger, then back to the pinky, index again, ring finger, and then pinky. Then you just do it in reverse. Now let's do a simple exercise of turning on our metronome. And again, if you don't know how to use the metronome, then check out this video up here talking about the metronome and how to get started and that kind of thing. So we're going to turn our metronome on 80 beats per minute. And we're going to start simply, let's do 1 note is 2 clicks, okay? And we're going to start on 1. I'll count us in, okay? 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. Next note, next note, next note. Okay, and now what you want to do is exactly what I talked about in that previous video, working with the metronome, is just slowly move up 5 beats per minute. And then 5 more beats, 5 more beats, until it starts to get really challenging, and then keep pushing yourself to do that. The next one we're going to cover is a 2 octave G major scale. So this is a little step above. So before we had this, now we're adding these notes. Okay, so now we have 2 octaves instead of 1 octave. Double the notes. And a lot more room to cover. Again, it's really important to use the correct fingerings. So we're going to start with the pinky, 4th string, 5th fret. Then we're going to go to the index, and then the ring again, pinky. Then we're going to play the middle finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string, pinky, index, and then middle. Now, it may take some time to get used to the fingering and using the correct fingers, but keep working with it. Okay, now let's turn our metronome back on. Again, same thing, 80 beats per minute, one note is 2 clicks. Okay, and we're going to start at the bottom, which is here, and we're going to work ourselves up to there. Then we're going to come back down. Okay? 2, ready, play. Next note, next note, next note. Coming back down now. Now, that may be a little slow, and if you're already more advanced, just turn it up to 1 beat per minute and then work yourself up from there, and go all the way up to whatever is challenging to you, and then keep pushing for more speed. And the metronome is the best place to do this sort of thing with, because it requires you to play in time. Whereas if you just practice the scale noodling on your own, there's a good chance you're not going to play in time. The next scale we're going to use is A minor pentatonic. Okay, so we're going to start with the index finger. We're going to go to the pinky, the next string index, and then middle finger, next string index, then middle finger, next string index, then middle finger, next string index, then pinky, next string index, and then pinky. Okay, so it's a little bit easy to memorize if you think these 3 strings are 5/7, 5/7, 5/7, and then the rest of the strings are 5/8. Now, let's turn back on our metronome. We'll do the same thing. 1 note is 2 clicks. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Next note, next note, next note, next note. So if you notice on the A minor pentatonic, we actually did 2 octaves to start. And that's because it's a lot more simple to take the A minor pentatonic shape as a whole, 2 octaves, instead of just 1 octave and then doing another octave. It's a little bit more complicated that way. So we do the whole thing 2 octaves, and then the major scale, we start 1 octave, then we add another octave. These are the 2 scales that you are going to need the most throughout your guitar playing. The major scale and the pentatonic shape, because no matter what kind of lines you're playing, most of the time, as far as, getting started, major scales, minor pentatonic scales, that's majority of what you're going to find for a lot of the things that you want to play. So if you know your scales well, it's going to be a lot easier to play those solos, to play those lead lines, to play what you want to be able to play because you know your scales. So thanks so much for tuning into the YouTube channel today, guys. Again, the 3 main reasons to learn scales: understand music, develop technique, and then also learn to improvise. And yeah, so definitely practice those skills. And thanks again for tuning in, and subscribe, stick around, and I'll see you all next time.